Renaming files with Python. Let's talk about os.rename. Learn to rename multiple files, single files, and take an example to increment picture numbers by 1. Rename is a function in the OS module and it lets us rename files and directories. This is the syntax. It takes a source, which is the source file or directory to rename, and a destination. This is what to rename it to. This function does not return any value. Let's see how to do this. Import the OS module. Change the current working directory to where you have the file you want to rename. For us, the file is in the Documents folder. List out the names of the available files and directories in the current directory. These are the files and folders. Let's rename the pics folder. Call os.rename on this folder and say we'll rename this to pictures. Again, list out the available files and folders. As you can see, pics has been renamed to pictures. We don't like the name pictures. Let's call it Sims because all it has is screenshots of Sims. Oops, that's an exception it raised. File exists error. Because we already have a folder by the name Sims. What if we needed to rename thousands of files at once? Manually, it would be a horribly menial task, but Python makes it easy for us. But for demonstration purposes, let's just take 4 pictures of dogs. This is the code we use. Change the current working directory to where the pictures are. Set count to 1. For each file in this directory, source is the file name. We'll use this when calling rename. And we'll rename each file to dog, the count, and .jpg. Then we'll call the rename function and increment count by 1. What we're doing here is renaming all the pictures to dog1, dog2, and so on, instead of keeping them named based on their breeds. But in this example, we assumed that the pictures directory only had the pictures we wanted to rename. What if it also has other pictures? Do they get renamed too? To stop the collateral damage, we can check and rename only the files we really want to rename. Remember the file dataflare.logo in the Documents directory? Let's rename just that. Change to current working directory. For each file in list dir, source is the file name. If this is equal to this name, let's rename it to dflogo. Dataflare logo is now dflogo. Let's take one more example. In our previous example on dogs, we renamed 4 dog pictures to dog1 to dog4. Now let's increment each number by 1. So dog1 becomes dog2, dog2 becomes dog3, and so on. Count starts at 1 and we have a total of 4 pictures. Until count becomes greater than 4, for each file in list dir, source is the file name. If this is equal to dog, total, and .jpg, here we convert total to string and concatenate all of this. Also, total is 4 right now, so this begins with checking for the picture dog4.jpg. When it finds that, it renames it with the value of total plus 1. Then it reduces total by 1 and increases count by 1. This way, it renames dog4.jpg to dog5.jpg, then dog3.jpg to dog4.jpg, and so on until it renames all 4 pictures. We started renaming with dog4 because if we would have renamed dog1 first, dog2 already existed. And that's how you rename files using Python. To master anything, you should try using it to solve your own problems. So go ahead and explore.